Hi. If you don't know, I'm dressed like this because I'm about to do my workout for today. and Don't know already, my name is Janae. I go by Feedback online, and that's also my business, Feedback LLC. And I also where I do comics, illustration, concept design, and I'm transitioning from freelance to original content. And I also have a tattooing that just opened up March 2019, and that is Feed Me Ink. And so I'm making this video to try and because I need a way to get over this struggle I've been having lately, which is about finances. And so pretty much for the past decade, I've been feedback. And since October 2009, I've been full time as feedback. But really, you could say I started in summer 2018. I mean, 2008, summer 2008. But um, but I became full time in it, where it's all my income came from in October 2009. And so lately, um, I've just been struggling with finances, and usually I never thought about this before. So like 5 years ago, or so, I was I see I always had this mindset of just gotta hustle to do what you gotta do to get to what you need, which is rent and saving up for things. And it was going, and I loved working hard to save up for what I wanted. And, but I didn't realize until 2018 that that work was a lot. Um, I did 4,500 different art pieces for other people in that time, and I was so focused on just doing what I got to do to get what I need and get by and to save that I never took any time for myself really. So 97% of the past decade have been towards other people. Um, and I didn't realize that would burn me out. Um, and I didn't realize I was burnt out until about last year. And it came into a focus mainly because of finances. And there's a lot of things that I'm not I don't share with a lot of the my peers who are in the same freelance or etc. In that um, I don't I have faith in myself. I have all faith in myself, but I don't have faith in other people having faith in me. Um, that's what my thoughts are at the moment. And I see a lot of people worry about, oh, is someone being good enough for blah blah blah, or having people like, oh, what's the point of sharing? No one likes. Like, I don't have those kind of thoughts because I know I'm good enough for me, and I've always had this. I always so like I mentioned, I have faith in myself and other people's faith in me. I don't have faith in that, and honestly, it's really not my. It's like it's not my business, but it is. But it's not my business to the point where my actions are dictated by um, what I think other people think about me. so business wise, yeah, but for like art, for myself, in dictating my actions and how I proceed, not so much. And especially so, um, um, you know how I mentioned I was burnt out. So 2018 was when I was like, okay, I need to get over this. The burnout cost a lot that I didn't realize until I started overthinking and thinking about all these aspects. And it all ties into together. So excuse that this video will be jumping a bit, um, because all of this actually ties together, and it's like how my mind um, because I'm trying to cover everything, but I'm trying to get it out too to try to help me not um, feel so fucked up about being so much better now, but not having and putting all this effort into my presentation, but not having any feedback really, and not having an audience and not having enough people commissioned where I struggle with rent and food now that I never had before. I never struggled this much before, and before I feels like I was so much worse and less. My skill was so much less, and my business weren't so. It wasn't to the level that it is now. I mean, it was still I was still professional. And some people like to call me a machine, but um, I feel I've gotten more commissions than I do now. And there's probably other factors too that I've realized. I swear I could write a fucking book on all this, and I think I will. Um, just from my perspective, and so basically, um, yeah, these days I don't feel I get love from enough people, and I hate thinking about that because, and I never thought about that before because I was fine with saving up and doing what I had to do to get by, and that was my whole mindset. So that like contributed, that helped like facilitate that 4,500 pieces done. That was all for other people, and but upon realizing but things started getting slow around, I want to say 2015. Not so much that I like worried, but it was enough that I noticed a little bit, and but it just like a gradual slow. So and things really picked up in that slowness. Like that slowness really increased to the point where it started affecting um, like how a great deal was I would say about 2017. And so when I worry, I say that because when I say like picked up, where I noticed where that means I had to make a more consideration than normal about how I was going to eat every day, and groceries or take out or try and like can I even afford groceries or and usually so before I love the habit of paying my bills early, and I usually so like 5 years ago I would pay like within the first 2 weeks my rent. um, and now it's to the point where I struggle to pay even up to the last week before it's due, and that changed. It feels like that changed my outlook on things. It changed. Like it feel. Sometimes it feels like I'm a hater, but it doesn't feel like I know a hater like hates for no reason, and it affects how they see the person or treat the person. And it's not like that. I know that, thankfully, but it just feels I try to I look at other people's processes to try and fix my own, and that's how I see things. Of what are they doing that's making them seemingly comfortable? Because unfortunately, I'm still in the mindset that like 3 to 10,000 plus followers means you have an audience. Um, Twitter wise, you have an audience enough that'll commission you, but and you'll be and I'll be in my mindset that would mean I'll be decent enough like I was 5 years ago, where I saved up to get what I needed, and I didn't worry about food or rent too much. Um, but now that things are at this point, and it's like it's like builds up. So first, me thinking how I'm so much better now, skill wise and business wise. Yet I and the effort I put into my presentation and my promotions, and but I'm not getting as much clients as I was back when I wasn't that scaled and my business wasn't up to this level that it is now. And my whole business has always been a bit unorthodox. And yeah, some things are similar, but I know largely like I use a store to take certain commissions, and I have like this FAQ, and um, from what I understand, so I do these surveys, and well, I've done these surveys last year and I think the year before. Um, so and that could be a marker too. In 2017, I did this first survey to get people's thoughts because that's when I noticed like it's really slow. So what I do to change? So what do I do to change it? So I need other people to tell me like their outlook to see so I could better assess if I'm doing something wrong and or what I need to improve on. And one of the main things people have said is that I'm too professional and that they're intimidated by me. And I feel the two professionalism thoughts are pretty immature to me because this is a business for me. This is my life, and I want to treat it as such, and I want to treat my clients as such. And to be told I'm too professional is perfecting my business makes me not want to work with the community that says that. Um, but and that like spiraled into okay, what am I missing? And it spiraled into all the other connections that comes with business and art and dealing with the public and what they tend to like and what seems to work and what doesn't. And so I won't go into all that right now, but yeah, it all tied in together, and so I think I have a pretty decent idea about all these points. So, and a lot of them, I'm working around or with, but without what's that term? but without aggravating my burnout. So, because I'm still trying to get over that, and but I also need to work to pay bills, but I don't have enough clients as much as I did before, and it's like, what's the difference between now and then? And like, is it me? And I don't, I'm 80% sure it's not me, it's the audience, because they changed. It's been a decade, so that's like two generations in a decade. So I'm thinking it's just the new gen. It's just it's different, and I'm trying to work with that, but and not try to aggravate. That's the term I was looking for before. Trying not to aggravate my burnout. So, but yeah. So um, presently it doesn't feel like I get much love at all, and it feels like everyone's broke, but at the same time I see that's what being broke does. It makes me think things like um, so everyone's broke, and yet they'll support this person over here who's not doing who's not putting as much effort into their business as I am. Like it's visibly seen in that they don't have any other online presence. Um, and you never heard any word of them from anywhere, but and they really don't have any other link, and they don't link properly, and they don't even promo properly, but they have all this support, and you're like, why did they have so much support? Not that I want to take anything from that, but how do I gain my version of that? I should say, and um, and it's like, okay, obviously doing something wrong, or yeah, so but so it's like, is being too professional really killing my business? And I hate that idea so much. It feels so fucked up. And but And that's why I'm making this video, because I don't like thinking like that. And it's like, am I hating? But it's like, I don't want them to lose what they have. I just want to know what is attracting business for them without them putting in the work for like promoting like consistently, or being on social media and all this other stuff. And but it's so varied. Um, it's so varied. And so that's the thing that's bringing me back, and that's helping me not worry about finances or um, as much. I mean, I still worry, but not to the point where um, it makes me feel. Because the reason I would stop sharing online is basically because, like, I'm fine with keeping my own creations to myself. I don't need to have other people say they like it to do it, in terms of my own original content. So the only reason I do put it out there is because it's how I make the money. That helps pay the rent, that helps pay the food, that will help me create the things that I do want to create. And I definitely don't feel alone in that. Like, a lot of people, like hundreds, want that same thing. And but I'm of the ilk where I have been kind of doing that for the past decade. And so, but now things are slow. And so now that builds a confusion, like, okay, I'm better now. It goes, see, it just keeps going back in a circle, and everything's connecting with everything. And being so hard up to pay rent now when you feel so much better, skill wise and business wise, and your presentation and your setup is so much more professional, yet you're not getting that feedback. It's disheartening. um, Not that it's telling me to stop. Well, um, it will tell me to stop if I can't pay my rent, and I have to get something else to like, after all this time. And so, that conflicts with it's like, so fuck, what's up? So I always so yeah, that going back, so the 2018 was all about self-reflection about my business and such. And um so that just made me realize so much. It made me realize I don't have an audience. I never did. But I have individuals, and it's because of those individuals who sign up for the benefit program, which is my version of a Patreon. See, unorthodox. Not many other people have their own version of the illustrative concept design and comic, have their own thing like this. There are others like yeah, there are, but like an individual that has it, I haven't really seen that around, and I haven't really seen other people with a store. And um, my Cherico service or my tailor made service, people have their own versions of things. But um, yeah, I realize that I'm very unorthodox in a lot of ways, especially in my tattooing is unorthodox. My tattooing business, how I operate that. Um, Not saying it's the only one. I definitely don't believe that. There are definitely others who are like in a similar, but I know it's rare too. Um, because a lot of the comments I get are, "Oh, I've never experienced this before," or "I'm scared." People are scared to try, but um, yeah, I think it's a generational thing. But see, that's a whole different topic. So I was just putting this out there, hoping that will help me overcome it, and seeing, um, and I know it feels like to other people that, yeah, people need to focus, and my focus is storytelling. But I I have the same, I put in the same energy into all the different kinds of storytelling that I do, like concept design, comics, and illustration. And so, and I have no singular focus. Like, I don't focus on heterosex or just female or mostly females or mostly anything. It's just too varied. I'm realizing that now. It was too varied for other people. Because, like I mentioned, I have all the faith in myself, and I know where my focus is, and but I don't have other people. But I don't have faith in other people having faith in me, and because people want something specific, and I don't do that. I'm more varied, and I think that definitely hurts against me. But thanks for listening. This is way too long as is, and it's just me trying to find some balance so I won't have to think about rent so much anymore. And like I mentioned before, I was comfortable with saving up, and I could say I had enough clientele coming in, and was doing enough that I could make it without worry about rent or food like I do now. But also, what's different now is that I'm burnt out. Um, I'm trying to not aggravate that burnout. Trying to transition away from the freelance that suddenly started that gradually started dying on me, even though I'm better now. And so changing things up, um, it did decent last month, I think. Um, I offered more pro again, and so I feel my biggest negative at the moment is that I'm late and on things. But I still send updates. I send updates at least 2 weeks between. So, and so I feel I'm good on that. But I still hate being late. Um, but I am getting better. It feels. So my iron pages and my iron sketches have been out the door, like on time, and so the only things I'm late now on is I got one adopt left, and Chericos and Tailor Mades, and I'm still on time for the pro that are on my plate. One of them is late though, but yeah. So yeah, I'm just hoping this will help, and it has. If I'm feeling better already, just getting it out there. But yeah, everyone goes through these motions, and sometimes because I'm such unorthodox and my history is, but I know I'm not alone. I mean, there's too many people out there who are struggling, and I know there's those, and it actually feels good to see those who are putting as much work as me succeeding, and I love seeing folks doing that. It gives me hope that eventually I could find my own audience. Um, but yeah, there's a whole. But see, there's so many much more I could still think talk about. But I'm gonna leave it at that. It's too long as is. So if you have any questions, and I could make a video focused exactly on it, then I think it'll be much shorter, and I could focus more on that question. Um, but yeah, if you have questions on business or my thoughts on the state of blah blah blah, or my how I process certain things, please feel free to ask, and I'll see about getting to another video if I've at some point. I actually have videos, process videos coming up, um, like 5 I need to do. So stay tuned for that. And thank you for listening. I know this is jumbled. It's how my thoughts are. I just did this on a whim, just trying to find something to get my mind off of worrying so much about this. I've been worrying for like a year and a half now. Um, yeah, I've been really worried for a year, and then it started gradually being a big worry about a year and a half ago. Um, so, thank you very much for your time. And feel free to leave a question and I'll try to get to it. Um, thanks. Oh, and but thanks all the clients, the past clients, and those who support through either benefit program or even the Raw Art Festival. Like those, you are the reason I'm still here. I'm still able to share art, cause really that's the only reason I do share. It's just so I could afford to do my original content. 'Cause if I didn't have that, then I wouldn't share shit. I'm fine with keeping it to myself. But thank you, clients, and those who really support me. It's because of you. I owe a great deal to you. Thank you so much, and have a nice day, week, etc. Bye.